Just like our first new look at the Iron Man Mark 85 hot toy, we also got our best in-depth look at Thanos in Avengers Endgame. Thanks again to the Hot Toys figure, which is actually a figure specifically and meticulously designed through footage for Avengers Endgame. What this means is this figure is exceptionally detailed to look exactly like the Thanos in Avengers Endgame. And what's great about this Thanos figure is it actually contains hints at the plot for Avengers Endgame itself. Like I said, there was also a release of the Iron Man Mark 85 Hot Toys figure, so if you would like to check out that video, I will link it below, as in this video, we'll be focusing on Thanos specifically. We've only gotten one real look at Thanos in Avengers Endgame, as well as him being in the background of various posters, but again, this is highly detailed. If you look closely, Thanos is wearing the exact same armor that he's wearing at the beginning of Infinity War and flashbacks. The same armor that was serving as a scarecrow in the footage that we see of Thanos in the first trailer for Avengers Endgame, and armor that Thanos yet again dons to fight the Avengers. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there are a few major things to point out with this Thanos figure. First off, let's start with the Infinity Gauntlet. Most notably, the Gauntlet is not damaged as we saw at the end of Infinity War due to the power of the snap. In fact, it's completely repaired. After the snap in Infinity War, not only was the Gauntlet badly damaged and utterly destroyed, but Thanos himself was burned. In the figure though, the Gauntlet is repaired as well as Thanos himself, as the scarring would have shown up on the Thanos Hot Toys figure if it was a part of Thanos at this point in the movie. We even see in the Infinity War trailer that Thanos is still badly damage. Again though, the figure is not. There are actually two theories concerning why this is. The first being that Thanos actually used the Time Stone to heal his injury, and the second being that this is all a front, and that Thanos is using the Reality Stone to hide his injuries from the Avengers, as at the end of Infinity War is when Thanos is at his most vulnerable, as snapping his fingers took a great price. Again, this leading into the fact why he would require armor and a new weapon that we'll get into a little bit later in the video. But again, the Infinity Gauntlet itself is the exact same gauntlet that we see in Infinity War with no design changes. It's possible of course that there's a second gauntlet in Infinity War which was rumored, but again, the design is exactly the same. So it's possible that Thanos had a backup, or he managed to repair or is hiding the true nature of the gauntlet. Again, something else to point out is at least at this point in time, Thanos has all 6 of the Infinity Stones still placed within the Infinity Gauntlet, as there were rumors that throughout Endgame he would lose the stones one by one to the Avengers. Again, let's talk about the spare hands on the figure for a brief moment. If you look closely, there are actually left hands on the figure, meaning that at some point in time, it's likely that Thanos will in fact lose the gauntlet in Avengers Endgame, as there's really no other reason for him to have left hands. It's important to note that the Thanos figure for Infinity War did not contain spare left hands, as the gauntlet was only ever so briefly removed from Thanos' arm at one point in Infinity War, and again, it is not included in the Hot Toys figure, this seemingly confirming that Thanos will in fact lose the gauntlet at some point during Infinity War, as again, the Infinity War Thanos does not contain spare left hands like the Endgame Thanos does. And now finally, let's discuss something that we've been hearing a great deal about. Thanos' brand new weapon, which fans have dubbed the Infinity Sword. There is a theory that along with the gauntlet, Thanos also had this sword forged for himself by Eitri, using the material known as Uru, which is phenomenal at absorbing and controlling energy, which is the same material that the gauntlet itself is made out of, as well as Stormbreaker, Thor's new weapon. Clearly there's something interesting going on with Thanos here, as he feels the need to have an additional weapon besides the Infinity Gauntlet itself. The Russo brothers recently came out and said that the power of the Infinity Stones have been lessened because of the snap, as using all 6 stones at once is extremely damaging not only for Thanos but the stones themselves, as at least for the time being their power is slightly diminished. Therefore why Thanos feels the need to have a new weapon as well as redon his armor. As far as the design for the sword itself, it appears to be the same color as Thanos' armor, although slightly duller. This is also by far our best look at Thanos' new weapon. We see in the background of this Thanos Hot Toys figure that he's on his homeworld or new homeworld of Titan 2, the same location as Thanos' farm, the same farm that we see at the end of Infinity War. In another image of the Thanos Hot Toys figure, we even see that he removes his helmet. As for why, we're not sure, but it is an interesting little detail. But that was our in-depth breakdown of Thanos, as well as our best look at Thanos for Avengers Endgame and his new weapon and the gauntlet. The biggest question I want to ask in this video though is, what do you think of the spare left hands and the fact that the the Infinity War depiction of Thanos did not have the spare left hand, indicating to me at least that Thanos will in fact be losing the Gauntlet at some point during Endgame. Overall though, what are your thoughts on this Thanos Hot Toys figure? Again, we are giving away a Thanos Hot Toys figure of our own in the Infinity War depiction. To enter that giveaway, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments below who your favorite MCU villain is. As always, my friends, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Subscribe to join our team, and have a great day.